2023, once again in conversation with Aspire Solutions. And no better way to do it but with my partner in crime, Mike Stein. So welcome, Mike, 2023. And guess what? We've reached the end of it.
It's over. Yeah.
It's gone. It's November.
And it came and went very fast.
So let's chat good, bad, the ugly, and let's reflect on 2023.
Yeah. So I think, it does seem to have gone past in a heartbeat. Mm-hmm. I think that's maybe as you get older, it just seems to be like that.
We're not mentioning age at all, only maturity.
Yeah. There's personal age, and then there's also the company's age, which we did celebrate the 18th birthday last year.
Yeah, so we're 19, heading into 20.
Yeah, heading into 20 milestones. So, maybe even with the company, things start to roll and seem to be going quicker and faster. But yeah, I think for me, one of the good things out of the year is the continued alignment, your and my alignment, in terms of where we want things to go.
No, 100%. And I mean, just in sharing that as entrepreneurs, there's always the mindset of fear when it comes to partners. You and I have scars of war. In those spaces, we've had good partnerships where we've learned good lessons. But I think the essence in, and I'm going to refer to maturity, and you can expand on it a bit more with regards to the projects and clients. But on my side, it's that mutual understanding, it's the synergy, and always finding our road or our step ahead seems to be in sync.
But that's exactly what I was going to say. And it's not that it's been the same year in and year out. It changes. So and almost naturally has to change as the company evolves. And yet we always seem to come to the same realization almost at the same time.
Correct.
And that shows that the alignment is right. It means the values are right. And it means that we're recognizing what must happen next for the company and for ourselves and for our staff, for that matter. So that's been really encouraging, and it's an ongoing partnership that drives Aspire in the right direction.
No, 100%. I mean, we wouldn't be, if we were not stable, we would not be in the mindset to be able to look at our staff, look at each other and say, look, things need to change. The bigger elements for me is how they change. Something that we need to keep on the radar constantly is empowering our staff. With any changes that we make, we need to know, and I think this is something I'm going to hand to you, one of our bigger realizations is, we cannot be in the driving seat constantly.
Well, that's the challenge. And the challenge is that you want to set the tone, the ethos, whatever you call it, the DNA. You want to ensure that things are done in a certain manner because that's what differentiates you from your client. So you want to hold on to those values and push those values down. But what you get to is the realization is you can't hold those reins too tightly because firstly, you work yourself into a stupor and you're not empowering people to actually take over those reins and trusting them to follow those same values and same way of working. And that's what the big realization is, certainly for me and I think for you as well, is that we need to grow the staff complement, not only in numbers, but even more importantly, grow them to the point where they can operate independently, take leadership roles. Yeah, exactly. Take leadership roles, be responsible for a certain section. I mean, we spoke about it.
Yeah.
We looked at our three silos that are on our services.
Yes.
Namely, firstly, the advisory services to people that are trying to do IT jobs and looking at systems within their organizations. Secondly is the custom development, which has been there for a long time. And thirdly, the data warehousing. And we've looked and said, we actually need leaders in all three of those.
Correct.
And we need those people to take over the reins and run with the thing. You and I can't hold on to those reins all the time.
No, definitely. And I mean, after discussing that and coming to a realization that those are the areas of service, it doesn't just become that, we're looking for a data warehouse specialist and that person fits the plug. It's the fact that our culture and who we are, expanding is not diluting. Expanding is empowering and ensuring that every element is backed up with not just the capability, but the leadership quality. And I think that's the part where...
And the challenge with that is, firstly, the technical skills are scarce skills. And then on top of that, you're asking somebody to fit in and drive the same values and have the same culture, have the same ethos. And that's the challenge with it. And as a matter of fact, I mean, that actually reminds me of the fact that big initiative that you and I put in place this year is that what we realized that from bringing staff in is that you can't wait until you're in the SOP, so to speak,
Yeah.
and then try and find somebody to fulfill that role, because you are going to get the wrong person.
Yes.
So you and I have established the Aspire Talent Pipeline.
Correct.
And the intention with the Aspire Talent Pipeline is to ensure that we're constantly looking for the right people.
Yes.
That we recruit correctly, that they fit in not only technically, as you say, but
Yeah.
even more importantly, fit in terms of what we're trying to achieve, and then also are prepared to be leaders. And
Yes,
pick up things and go.
the scary part about it is, I mean, I'm watching Mike now, and he's definitely accepted that, because we needed to discuss these type of elements and changes. But the bigger part is, initially when we thought about it and we looked each other in the eye, it was risky. Number one. Do you do this without risk? It's not possible. Knowing that we are still small, what happens to us? All of those realities exist. So what we've embarked on, like Mike said, from a talent pipeline perspective, is continuous. There might be other capabilities and skill set that can come on board to complement. Nothing is just to replace, to expand, to grow. It's not looking at, the commercials of things. It's ensuring that the essence of Aspire remains.
And that's always been the fear, is that, and we deal with certain larger IT consultancies where we see they've almost lost their soul a little bit,
and it becomes that bum in seat.
Yeah, exactly, and it's departmentalized, and it's big, and it gets something done, but it's not specialized. It doesn't, it's slow moving. It's expensive for clients, and we don't want to lose that.
Yeah.
So we want to grow, but we also still want to stay who we are, because that's what's kept us going.
So working in those, with the larger clients, and obviously our experience in the past within corporate, you'll always, and pardon the pun, aspire to want to grow and be one of those big guys. But the reality is once you become a specialist, as we like to see ourselves, that aspiration dies down and is rather the uptake of value. So how much value am I providing to a client?
Exactly.
And that becomes important because, again, in relation to staff and roles, we've always been a company where, although there is a title attached to, call it your technical ability, the role and how we navigate, succession planning or anything
and
like that.
Cross-pollination.
Yes, has kept us in a space where specialized, but we kind of work hand in hand with everything. And another lesson on that is because myself and Mike, we understand where we're going. We have, our core values are the same, which makes it easier as a partnership. We sometimes go out for peer reviews. So what we do with other entrepreneurs, some of our partners within education, some just, that gives us some insight, who's been in business a bit longer than us. We actually go to them and say, listen, how crazy am I that this is what I'm experiencing, and how aligned have we been?
Exactly, and also, but it's always good to learn from those people. We picked up some things this year that we didn't even thought about, and they're all things that, you might be good at your technical things, but there might be something you're missing on the side a little bit, and other people have done it is great, and you take it through from there. So I think that for me has been probably the biggest essence of the year, is a slightly maturing of thinking.
Yes.
I call it that. And again, that lines up with the fact that the company is 19 years old.
Correct.
So it's going out of its teenager phase, moving into something and it's sustainable. And now it's a question of its future, and also you're my future.
Yes.
We can't. This company should and does exist beyond you and I as well.
Sure.
And that's the thing is, but at the same time, your and my values are what drives this company, and that's what we
100%. And I think, looking and reflecting at the year, I can only thank each and every staff member at Aspire, partners who have come in and ensured that we maintain, firstly, that we excel. Some of, even in doing podcasts like this, I mean, if you look at 2022 and 2023, I'm going to say a big thanks to SHP Media. They have encouraged, and it boosts confidence for our staff to get in front of the camera and actually say their part. So
even the software developers.
Even the software developers. I mean, we don't even get that from them, but yes. So thank you. And then to the staff, I can only say thank you for keeping the engine running, ensuring that the train remains on track, and that everything that you give, we know it is because of not just being a staff member, but being a part of Aspire. So thank you to the staff.
And I guess also with that, what goes with that is a big thank you to our clients that we don't even see as clients, we see as partners in a project. And we work with them in that vein, and we become part of their organization. We become part of their problems, trying to assist them with those problems, and they appreciate that, and it becomes a partnership with our clients. And as a result, we get things done in a manner that I think sometimes is missing from other people. And so it's a big thank you to them. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't exist.
Yes.
And we look forward to working with them. And that's our nature. Once we work with somebody, we work with them for 8 years.
Yeah.
Because it's just the partnership exists. So we just want to say a big thank you to them, all of our clients as well.
100%. So 2023, it's been a good one. We've learned lots of lessons. Maturity is there. We want to take it and move ahead. We can only wish everyone safe over the festive season. Please stay safe. Take care of your family. And 2024, we're coming for you.
Yep.